And okay, I'm gonna say something offensive, and you can clip this and post this.
Okay.
If you have never had a fight before, do not put MMA fighter as your job in your bio. In his Instagram bio, like personal trainer, MMA fighter in his bio. He's never fought before, and now he's 0-1. He still has in his bio. Bro, you can't put MMA fighter if you've never fought. And if you have fought, you're 0-1. You probably should have put MMA fighter in your bio.
All right, welcome to Me Frank Podcast. All right, intro. Okay, Zevan Hunt, Stage Hunt. Congratulations, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Man, it's always been a dream of mine to, I had a bunch of dreams. One of them was getting a street fight with my brother, and we've done that. And I was like, so the next on the list was like, we got to have an actual MMA fight together with my brother. And, who could say they've done that? Very, very few people. I've always watched the Diaz brothers, the Emelianenko's, and insert any other fight brother deal, Shamrock. So I got to be part of that a little bit, and that was super exciting. I've always wanted to do that.
And then you were main event, and then you worked out, and then that was like, you kicked ass. That was awesome.
That's cool. I fell on my ass too, but I mainly kicked it.
Did you get rocked?
No.
No?
No, I mean, there's one where it hit me in the jaw. I was like, "Ooh," and it moves my head pretty good. But the times I fell, I slipped more than got hit.
Really?
Yeah.
Man, I was like, damn, like you got rocked or whatever. Because like you went down a little bit, right?
Yeah.
That was like.
Oh, the one where I fell backwards. I slipped. I was trying to throw a high kick and he caught it and I was just off balance. So I was just trying to catch my balance again.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a moment he threw a kick and the guy caught it and punched him and Sage fell on his butt. I was like, oh shit. I was like, no, this is not even good. And then he wrestled up instantly afterwards and got back into the fight.
Yeah.
That was
So
awesome.
I was like, woo, that's scary.
It was like my weight was already off balance. It was more of just like a leverage thing. I was like, fuck. I just shoved into him like almost like a double leg with my shoulder. And then I tried to just work underhook and then just got up from there. Which right after I had the underhook and I went for a knee to the face and I barely missed it.
Man, that was raising the cage 100. It was like a history, right? Because like it's 100. Yeah. So like they approach you, say, "Hey, Zevan, this is raising the cage 100. We want you on." How's that came
Well,
about?
the way it was more like this.
I think I was invited to Raging the Cage 100.
It was like, this is Rage 100. We got to have our poster boy on the card, which is me. And they're like, and his brother, dude, that's like a poster and a half right there. And so they had to have us. It was a big card, big event, 100. You got to have the star on. It'd be like having UFC whatever without Conor McGregor, And I'm Conor McGregor in the local amateur scene, So.
Yeah. But you got invited first?
Yeah, I was invited first.
Well, really what it was I was being invited to fight on some other cards, and I wanted my brother to fight. And I was like, it's Rage 100. It'd be really cool to have my brother fight. And I didn't want to fight on the same card as him because I want to be able to corner him and just focus on him, and I'll worry about my own fight later. But, everything just kind of worked out in a way we're on the same card. And
you didn't corner him.
I didn't corner him. I didn't even go in the ring with him after the deal.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? We will just train together every single day.
Yeah.
And I won't need to corner him. He's got his other coaches. We train hard.
Yeah.
He doesn't need me to tell him to just keep whooping ass. He'll do that naturally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So up to this fight, you guys were saying like you guys did a diet better than any fight, right?
Yeah, that was my first. I mean, I've dieted before fights and ate healthy, but that was probably the best and longest I've ever dieted for a fight.
What was the difference?
Well, what it was my coach Frank. I say he bitched at me because I ate so bad. And so,
you eat chocolate milk all the time.
Yes, sir. And I started tracking all my food. And then my trainer, Caleb Parham, kind of created a diet for me and set boundaries and calorie exactly how I wanted it. And
what was it, like a no pizza?
Yeah.
He
Really?
told us to stop eating ice cream.
Yeah, no shitty food. So all the normal, because everyone that knows me knows I eat really, really bad, but I train really hard. So, it kind of makes up for it. But no more. I had to just train really hard, eat really good, do everything right. So I think we did everything pretty much right going to this fight camp.
Did you do that same thing too?
Yeah, I did the same thing. I kind of slacked off because I started real early, and so I dropped like 15 pounds in a month. And then I just hovered around like 168, and then I kind of gradually went back up to around like the 172 area. and maybe even a little higher. And then I had to go real strict again. Like right before the fight, the 3 days before the fight, I was eating 2 boiled eggs a day, and that was it.
Damn.
And that was it. Like I was, because I was eating around 1,200 calories every day. And then when it got strict, I was going under 1,000 calories. And then for the last 3 days, I was under 300. I think 2 boiled eggs is like 165.
Under 300?
Under 300 calories.
Wild.
And then on the last day, it was no water.
Damn.
Yeah.
So sweat that out.
Despite that, it was my easiest weight cut ever.
Yeah. I mean, it was pretty easy, to be real. I got the hang of it.
Yeah. I remember like you're running stairs for like 3 hours and the stage bring you a pizza and then eating pizza.
Yeah, I've done a lot of weird antics, and chocolate milk has always been a big one for me.
Yeah.
And had to just quit all that. which
Did you feel the difference?
Well, I don't know, actually. I think so. I mean, you know, I'm very skeptical with everything, but I started feeling better waking up in the morning, and I don't know if that's just because I'm a stud or if it had to be part of my diet or not. But, you know, I think I felt better. Overall, I mean, I'm sure it had to have helped eating better than eating crappy. So,
Are you going to do that eating healthy again for the next fight?
yeah, definitely. I'm going to just try to eat healthier.
That's interesting because you don't see the difference, so you might as well just eat bad, right?
I mean, I'm just looking out, you know, I'm just doing what's probably better, you know.
Right.
I'll just be safe. You know, it's like I don't know.
So was that different, getting ready for this fight? Like, cause since you guys are fighting together, was that like a difference between usual fight and then all that, like you guys getting together?
Yeah, good question. So I was assuming going into this fight that I would be focusing on stage a lot, which I planned on. I planned on just coaching him every day and going drills together. But I was fighting, so I was like, I can't really do that. So we ended up I trained just kind of how I normally trained, and he did it too. And so instead of me just coaching him all the time, we just both did everything together. And so we would always be at the gym. We'd either meet at the gym at 11:30 or 10:30 in the morning. And then we'd be there till 9 o'clock. And so we'd spend the whole day there, you know. So we'd either meet somebody. We have jiu-jitsu at 11:30, but sometimes we'd meet people at 10 or 10:30. We'd do that session, do jiu-jitsu, then we'd have a break, you know, to get some food. We would do some cardio. We'd go back to the gym. We got striking and grappling later that night. So anything between that 11:30 jiu-jitsu and 6 p.m. striking and grappling afterwards was time for us to do cardio.
Damn.
And, you know, not every day was like that. You know, because some days you're just too tired. But that was our goal, is to try to get that much in a day.
You guys did 7 days a week?
I would say 5 actual days and then 1 easy day and then a break day completely.
Yeah. Yeah, that's something else new is I gave myself rest days. I never really did that before either.
Damn, you take a rest day now?
Yeah, I had a rest day.
He's getting soft.
Yeah,
You're getting soft too then.
Yeah. I was just every day for, you know, you're there at the gym for, I don't even know how many hours that is, like at least 9 hours every single day. I'm like, I need a day just to not do that.
9 hours is crazy.
Yeah.
What were you doing for cardio? Stairs?
Yeah, Stairmaster was our main one. We actually played solitaire. The Stairmaster at the gym had solitaire on it. And so we would
That was like cards?
yeah. We would do 3-draw Klondike. And you don't always win when you play 3-draw Klondike. And so I would get on the stairs and I would play 3-draw Klondike until I won.
Damn.
Which that could be 45 minutes, could be 2 hours. And then after that, Stage hops on and I hop on the bike and he plays until he wins. And we just trade back and forth.
Yeah.
Wild.
It was rough. Like he won one time like 30 minutes and I got on and it took me 1 hour and 30 minutes I think to win. So it's on the stretch stepper. You don't know, like it's hard to keep yourself going because you don't know when you're gonna be done. Normally you could be like, okay, I'm getting off in 15 minutes. You're just like, you're just doing it. You're just stuck.
Yeah, you're just freaking on the Stairmaster, you're like, whew. You're like, I lost again. You have to do a new game, and you're like just sitting there playing, you know. And then next thing you know, it's time for class, and you've just been playing solitaire all day.
Damn.
It
That's
passed
wild.
by quick.
It's probably a couple hours of cardio every day then.
Well,
And
we try.
training.
We
Yeah.
try. But
So,
man,
walk me through like what were you thinking? Because it's your first time you fighting in the cage, right?
Yeah.
So like leading up the day before to like the day of, like what were you nervous or what?
I mean, I was nervous, but I felt ready because, like, we're training about every day. So I'm just like I'm too tired to be nervous because I did everything that I could do.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'll feel good when I'm in there. Like I was kind of ignoring the fact of I had a fight coming up.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I'll deal with that when I get there.
Yeah.
And I just passed it off like that the whole time.
Yeah.
And then I remember the day before, I was just doing that again. Like I'll be ready and I'll feel good when it's the day of the fight tomorrow.
Yeah.
And then I had my girlfriend next to me, crying, and I'm like, I'm so scared for you tomorrow. I'm freaking out. And I'm like, it's gonna be okay. Yeah, and I'm like, it's gonna be okay. I'm gonna be good. And then in my head, I'm thinking, I'm like, I can't have you doing this right now. I'm like, I feel the same way you do. I'm like, you gotta stop that. I need to go to bed.
Yeah, that's funny. Was that same for you?
Man, actually, yeah, I felt the same way. Like I was feeling really good all fight camp. Wasn't really too nervous. And it's just like the last couple of days, you're like, I'm not that you're like scared or nervous, but you're like, oh, I'm thinking about the fight. I'm throwing punches. And you're like, It's so funny. You're just sitting there and you're like sitting in your bed, super tensed up. And you're like, oh, I need to relax. You're like, okay, relax. And next thing you know, you start clenching one muscle and then another muscle. And next thing you know, you're flexing all your muscles in bed, thinking about fighting. And then you're like, oh, I need to relax. And you're like, whenever you go to relax, your whole body just does that. You're like, oh my God, I was super tense. Yeah.
The guy you were fighting fought like a UFC before, right?
Yeah, he was on the Contender Series. He actually fought Bo Nickel on the Contender Series.
Yeah.
And so that was like a big deal for me. I was like, I'm fighting a guy that was on the Contender Series.
Yeah.
You know, in my head, it was like, if that was us on the show, I would be getting a UFC contract if I win.
Right.
You know, that's the way I think about it. I'm like,
that's an interesting way to think about it.
yeah, think about it. Like, I just fought this guy, and he was on the Contender Series. If that was me instead of Bo Nickel, I would have a UFC contract right now.
Yeah.
And so that's how I thought about this fight. I was like, this is a big deal. You know, like, this is almost like I'm getting into the UFC with this win. And so I was like, this is big for me. I'm like super excited about this.
So did you watch his videos, like his like a UFC Contender Series?
I mean, actually, I didn't really watch much videos on this guy. I watched his most recent fight, and I kind of based everything I was going to do off that fight.
So you came out and said, "Oh, I'm going to wrestle this guy."
Yeah. So I've never ever wrestled in a fight before.
Yeah.
Like, I've never touched the guy.
I was surprised because I thought you were gonna kick.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to try it because I've never wrestled in a fight before, and I've been wrestling and doing a lot of grappling recently.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? I want to wrestle this guy. I've never done it before,
Yeah.
and if I'm going to be in the UFC, I gotta be able to do things like that I've never done before. And I saw how this guy fights. I saw he likes to stay long and get distance on people and just kind of avoid fighting.
Right.
And so I was like, you know what? What I'm going to do is I'm just going to stay in his face. I'm just going to always be right next to him because he likes to be far away. I was like, since he likes to be far away, I'm just going to always close distance on him no matter what. And I'm always going to stay this close to him. And I did that, and I ended up grappling him the whole time like I wanted to do.
That's crazy, though, because you were telling me because of that you went to do that jiu-jitsu tournament. That was crazy, too. It was like, what's that called? Battle Royal kind of deal?
Yeah, it was a 5v5.
Yeah. And after that, you submit the brown belt or black belt with whoever.
Yeah.
So that's where you got the confidence, and then you're like, okay, I'm gonna wrestle.
Exactly. I'm turning more into a grappler because I've been doing it so much recently.
Yeah.
And it's like I'm gonna grapple this guy.
Yeah.
But I won, but I'm not really happy. I wish I would have finished him. You know, I wish I would have struck a little more. But I mean, I don't really care because I wanted to practice grappling.
Yeah.
But I wish I just dominated and submitted him. You know, so I'm not really happy with my win.
But I mean, that's a super confidence thing, right? Because if I was going to the fight, and I'm just gonna do whatever I'm good at, right? Because you're a striker,
Yeah.
And then you go in to say, I'm gonna try a new thing. That's just super confidence thing, you know what I mean?
Well, it's not that I think I suck at it. It's just I've never done it before.
Right.
I think I'm good at it, but
Because
I've
if
never
you've never done it, it's kind of a scary thing, right? Because it's a new thing.
Yeah, it's very scary.
So I think that's pretty cool.
And so I was like, I hope this fucking works.
Yeah.
And so, I was very new. I've never done it. But I'm super happy I did do it, and I know I can, and I see where I need to improve.
Yeah.
I just am not happy with how it ended up.
Well, I thought you won 30 and 27. The other judge scored two other guy. That was wild to me.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Well, every judge except one had some weird score.
Yeah.
But I definitely won. It's just I wanted to smash the guy.
Yeah.
You know. But I'll smash the next guy. it just really pisses me off. And you could see we were making fun of it because I got the photos from the fight, or you can watch the video. like they say I won, and you could just see me like when they're.
Yeah, you weren't like really happy about it.
Yeah, I was like, there was no smile.
Yeah.
I was just like, they raised my hand. I'm like, and they were putting the belt on me, and I have a frown face. They're literally putting the title belt on me, and I'm just sitting there like.
Damn, things change, man. No more cheese, I guess.
Yeah, I'm like, it's not enough to win.
I thought like you were just trying to do an impression of Bo Nickel because he does like wins and I'm just like,
Oh, it's just, I couldn't. I wanted to be happy, but I just could not be happy. Like literally putting a title belt on me, and I cannot be happy because I'm so pissed off, and I can't even watch the video of the fight.
You have?
People keep
have you?
Yeah, I've watched it.
Yeah.
Because people wanted to watch it or they were gonna watch it, so but I literally can't watch the fight. I'm
Damn.
so embarrassed by it.
Then after you watched it, what was you were embarrassed by it?
Yeah,
when
I mean,
you watched it?
I watched the video and I was like, I did good, but it's embarrassing. It's not like winning is not enough. Winning is not enough. I have to dominate and destroy the guy.
I thought you were dominating.
I know, but I didn't destroy him.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just not enough. I'm still so mad about it, and
Yeah.
I can't stand watching it. It's like I'm used to destroying people and being like, I want people to feel like they were helpless.
Yeah.
And that guy, I don't know, I'm just so mad about it. But when I watched Stage's fight, Stage did so perfect. He did everything we worked on,
Yeah.
like to the T.
Yeah.
And he pieced this guy up. And I remember watching him in the little walkout area.
Yeah.
And I think I jumped higher than I ever jumped.
Yeah, yeah.
And I went backstage after watching his fight.
Yeah.
And said, there's nothing I can do in my fight that's going to make me enjoy my fight more. I was like, if I go out there and head kick my guy and knock him out instantly, I'm still going to be like, damn, Stage had a better fight.
Well, you watching the fight, right? Like Zevan's fight?
Yeah, that was the only fight that I watched that night. I didn't care about anything else.
What were you thinking?
I was like calm the whole time because I knew what he was gonna do.
Yeah.
And then any position that he was in that didn't look great was like a position that we practiced. I'm just like, oh, that's that thing that he does. And so I was just like calm. I'm just like, oh, he won that round. I'm like, oh, the second round that was closer.
Yeah.
I'm like, so it doesn't matter. I'll just give it to the other guy. Third round, I'm like, yeah, he won that round. He won.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought.
Yeah, that's how I felt.
And I never in the fight felt like I was in danger. There was never a spot where I was like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
I was always like, I always felt safe. And like the guy, we got into grappling exchanges and I was winning and then he would get on top, but he would be on top in my guard.
Right.
He was never like dominating my position, or I would give him a butterfly guard and I'm just like I'm having him. Like he can't hit me here.
Yeah.
He's got to worry about me elbowing him in the head.
Yeah.
Every time I put him in guard, I start elbowing him in the head and he would have to, like he's on top of me in my guard, worrying about me hitting him.
Yeah.
I've never felt like, oh shit, he's about to hammer fist me or laying elbows down. I was always just like, dang it, I'm on my back. I need to get up.
Yeah.
I'll just elbow him here until I get up.
Yeah.
I never felt in danger.
Man, when I was watching it, cause like I knew you gonna grapple because like couple days before the fight, you came in here saying like, "Hey, I'm gonna wrestle." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I knew like, okay, that's what he's gonna do.
Never said that ever.
Yeah.
Never said that before.
And I was like, okay, this would be interesting. And then watching the fight, I'm like super pumped and then watching it, and then I'm watching like you try to strike and the other guys try to strike back.
Yeah.
But like I can kind of see you're not to strike back, and then you're like, okay, I'm gonna shoot. Like I can kind of see because I knew what you were thinking.
Yeah.
So was that like a thing? Is like, okay, I'm not gonna strike back.
I was standing straight. Well, he didn't want to strike. If he wanted to strike, he wanted to be running every time I move forward. He wanted to sit on the outside and just play patty cake with kicks. He didn't want to actually fight. If he wanted to fight, he would sit there and brawl with me.
Yeah.
He wanted to run away.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, you want to run away? I'm just going to run into you and grab you.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not going to play this. We just sit in the middle of the ring for the whole fight and nobody gets hurt. I was like, if you want to run away, I'm just going to chase you and put you on the cage.
Yeah.
And so you can't run.
Oh shit! I remember that you kicked his balls, right?
Oh, okay, well.
Okay.
Controversial.
Okay, go ahead.
I'll let you go on. But let me say, the first round,
Yeah.
I rode him the whole round. For 5 minutes, I rode on top of this guy, almost choking him. He's fucking fighting for his life the whole first round.
Yeah.
We come out second round, he throws a spinning kick, and I kick him in the leg, and then he takes a fucking 3-minute break.
Yeah.
Bro, come on.
Okay, so
after getting rode for 5 minutes, you take a 3-minute break.
Okay, so I mean, from your perspective, you didn't kick him in the nuts?
Maybe I did. Maybe I
Okay.
didn't. I might have.
Because the
3 minutes.
yeah, but things that like I wanted to ask you guys was it's funny because you know Rich, like my friend.
Yeah.
So he was on the table, right?
Yeah.
And then the guy, your opponent, what's his name?
Donovan.
Donovan.
Yeah.
So Donovan was taking a break, obviously. Like we could see, like he was kind of taking a break.
Yeah.
But of course, like if you get kicked in your important area, I guess, then it hurts, right?
Yeah.
You have a 5 minutes to recover.
Yeah.
Right. So then Rich was going off, right? To like say, hey, stand up, bro, like, you know. And then like, cause also with the British accent, right? Like, so like the other corner looking at him say, do you fight? Like, you know?
Yeah.
And then he's like, and then like Rich like sit down, you know what I mean? But what do you think about those audience telling those fighters to get up or like just go fight like during like they're taking break? Is that like a taboo thing or like that's a fight game?
Nah, bro. I'm glad they were telling her because I was sitting there like if you get kicked in the nuts, you know, you deserve to sit down, no doubt. I don't think I kicked him hard enough to have that, you know, because we're wearing cuffs and stuff, and I did not fucking land on it. I mean, I probably nicked it. We'll just say I nicked it. I probably hit his. But, bro, he took too long to break. I get kicked in the nuts all the time, and sometimes I just go through it.
Yeah.
And, you know, sometimes I, like, oh, all right, give me a sec. Oh, all right, I'm good. He was doing this. Oh, I got hit in the nuts. But I need like a couple minutes to catch my breath because I just got rode for 5 minutes is my opinion. You know, maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah. But that's what it sure felt like.
Yeah. Man, I was sitting like right like outside a cage, like a barricade, right? And then that guy, the corner guy, was like right in front of me. Yeah. And then he was talking shit to like Rich. I'm like, all right. And then Rich is like, oh, I've been like training. I'm like, well, you know, I guess I have to do something maybe, you know. And then like he's like, and then like it's just like I was thinking about like where do you draw the line of like what audience can say, cannot say, you know, like watching the fight. Because like of course like because we're on your side say, hey, Zevan, kick his ass, bro, right? Like, but like, hey, stand up, you didn't get hurt, you know? Well, like, what's the difference, you know what I mean?
Well, the customer is always right. and in fighting, the audience is the customer, you know?
That makes sense. But, I mean, like, we're watching it, and then, like, stage, whenever you're walking out, that, like, before your fight, right?
Yeah.
And then, like, you're like, was that planned, all those, like, a workout song, like, you're waiting, like, you're like... Yeah, I think I took a picture like that was like badass, like with your monitor screen, and you're like just waiting, and everybody's like just waiting to come out. Like you had a whole plan.
For the most part, I had the waiting plan, but as it was happening, and I'm sitting there, everyone's talking to me. You walk out when you want to, and I'm like sitting here, and I'm thinking, this intro is really long. I'm like, this is way longer than I thought about. I'm like, I want to move now, but I'm gonna just wait it out. and then I go out there, I'm gonna do a kick, and then I do my kick, and halfway I'm like, you know, do my little snap kick, and my flip flop almost falls off, and I stopped it. I'm like, did like a weird awkward thing. I'm like, I don't want that flying in the crowd. I'm like, I need that when I go home. And I'm like, okay, no more of those. And then I walked up and did everything else.
And then you went in the cage, and you were still doing like kung fu stuff. Like, Did you like practice, or you thought about it?
I didn't practice. I'm just gonna do it. I did it at weigh-ins too, and the guy was laughing at me, and I like partnered, like I posted up against him like like that, and he's laughing, and I remember thinking, I'm like, is he laughing because like he thinks this is funny too, or is he laughing because like he thinks I'm serious and that this is like I'm a joke? he's laughing. I'm like looking at him like mean too.
That's funny,
man. So your plan was just like go.
Pretty much. I mean, like for fight plan, you mean?
Yeah.
I mean, my plan was to play reach and pretty much jab cross him the whole time.
Yeah.
And so that's pretty much what I did. Goal was just to don't let him shoot in on me because I thought he was gonna wrestle me.
Yeah.
I thought he wouldn't want to stand up with me, and he would try to close distance and wrestle me, or if I fell how I did, he would try to instantly get on top of me. But he didn't really do that. He kind of just stood up the whole time.
Yeah.
So I was like literal game plan. Like one of my big combos in my head was kick him in the inside leg, open him up, cross. That was it. And
Is there
I
a
landed that
certain
a lot.
point like you're like, oh, like okay, you got this. Like, did you feel it? Because I felt like whenever watching it, like the first one, like you say you fail, you didn't get rocked, right? But
Yeah.
after that, and then you punch a couple times, and I saw your like face, like, oh, I got this. Like, I'll just go. You know what I mean? Like, did you have that moment?
Yeah, I would say roughly after he supposedly got kicked in the nuts also. I mean, he didn't take that long of a break, so I don't really care because I probably did. Like, I agree with Zevan, like how he was saying it wasn't hard enough.
Yeah.
But it probably slid up there. But, yeah, like after that, I think he was tired, and then his mouthpiece flew out, and then after that, I remember just going at him. I'm like, ref, stop it. I'm like, I'm tired. You know what I mean? I felt good, but yeah, I knew when I was going on him at the end, I'm like, it was over. He was
Man,
gone.
I was like thinking that maybe Stage's hands might be hurt, you know?
They were. They actually were.
Was that my gloves?
What? Your gloves?
Yeah.
No, I got those.
Oh, okay, because like that was like the
fight.
same thing on the blue fair text.
Yeah, they were your same gloves you have.
Oh, okay, cool. I was like, maybe
Yeah.
maybe that's my gloves. That's what I was thinking the whole time.
That's funny.
But when you were watching it, you thought about like, oh, Stage got it.
Yeah, so there's a lot of things. Oh, but there was a part we were sparring in fight camp, and he kicks me in the nuts, and I'm like, I'm still going, and I'm like, ugh, give me a sec. Oh, I was all right, I'm ready. We kept going, and I kicked him right back in the nuts. So I was like, damn, we do kick people in the nuts.
Yeah. I did kick a lot of nuts during fight camp, so that's why I don't even do it. I don't even talk crap because I go on the inside leg, and then it just slides right up the pipe. And I'm like, I may have.
But what I was thinking about his fight, I was like, because that guy he fought was more my age. You know, I'm 5 years older than Stage, and you know, Stage is 20, and the guy he was fighting is 24. And I was like, you know, this guy looks more mature, like with his body. You know, like Stage's still skinny, still looks like a kid, but this guy looks more mature, more like muscular, more into his body and stuff. And it's like, oh, you know, it's kind of scary. Yeah. It's like this guy's got, you know, a little more man strength. And Stage goes up, he's about ready to go out, and I'm so nervous. I'm like, I don't want to be next to Stage. I need his coaches talking to him because I'm so nervous right now for just out of excitement. I was like, I don't want to let this Stage off. I'm just like, oh man, come on. Oh, come on. Come on. You know, getting ready for Stage to go. And this fight song comes on, and we're like, take your time, because we always make fun of people. We always can tell when someone's an amateur because they walk out right when their name's called before their song starts. I'm like, oh, what an amateur. He didn't even wait for a song to come on. Not that it matters. The Stage is waiting for his deal. He comes out, gets in the ring, and I'm like, oh man, I'm so nervous, man. You know, this guy looks big, and they start striking. And I told Stage, this guy's going to grapple you, because if he tries to stand with you, you're going to piece him up. And, you know, Stage falls, he wrestles back up perfect. And I'm like, as long as they keep boxing like this, Stage is going to keep piecing him up. And Stage just kept drilling him and drilling him. Yeah. The guy would hit Stage, but Stage would hit him like 5 or 6 times, and the guy would hit him once. And everyone's like, oh, Stage got hit hard. But it's like, yeah, but Stage punched him 6 times and then got hit.
Did he
6
hit hard?
times, got hit.
I mean, yeah. I mean, my jaw still hurt a little bit. But, like, you know, I had one little black eye, and then my jaw hurt, and that was it. So it's like, really, he got me like twice.
Yeah, and that guy's face was
his face they messed up.
So it's like I barely, like, I had a little bit of coloration, and you can still see it now. Yeah. But that was like it, you know what I mean? He didn't get me enough. Yeah. They were hard, but like I literally flicked my head right back and was making eye contact with him. Yeah. I would hit him, and he wouldn't make eye contact with me after. So that's like another reason I knew. Because he would hit me, and I'd look straight back in the eyes at him. And then I'd hit him, and he would be like looking past me. And I'm like, got him. It's over.
Yeah, after the fight, dude, I jumped higher than I've ever jumped before. Just jumping there. And I was like, and my dad was too. And we look at my dad, and he looks at me, and I'm like, oh, we just freaking hug each other. It was so hard. It was like a big moment, man.
Yeah, that's
between me and my dad. And just like,
I was watching you, jumping on the,
so excited.
Yeah. But go ahead.
What's funny is that guy, his mouthpiece came out while Sage was punching him, and then he just started doing this while getting punched. He's getting punched like several times, and the ref stops it, and the guy swings, and he posts on Facebook the next day, oh, the fight got stopped because I dropped my mouthpiece. I would have won if I had my mouthpiece, and his buddies.
There's no way.
And his buddies were commenting.
I thought you won that fight.
I thought you won that fight, and I'm like,
what?
Stage was piecing him up. It's so bad, and I'm like, dude, you were like cowering away because your mouthpiece fell out. Did you really what'd you expect? Like, it's so
Yeah.
stupid.
I was still caught up on that. How do you think your friend won by a TKO stoppage? It's one thing for it to be a split decision. I'm like, a fucking ref stopped it. You don't think your friend won from that situation. That doesn't even add up.
One of my favorite things people say, I thought you were winning that fight until you got knocked out or until you got beat up. Like, I thought you were winning until you lost. Like, that don't even make sense.
I don't think nobody in the arena thought he was winning.
That's like, you can listen to the commentators. Like, they're like, oh, good striking by Stage. Oh, good combos by Stage. Oh, Stage keeps pushing. And the one compliment he got is, man, Jacob's tough as nails. He's really taking in these shots.
And okay, I'm going to say something offensive, and you can clip this and post this.
Okay.
This is going to offend a lot of people.
Okay.
But it's the truth.
Go ahead.
And it applies to his opponent.
Okay.
If you have never had a fight before, do not put MMA fighter as your job in your bio. In his Instagram bio, like, he could whatever. We could talk about this. He has, a personal trainer, MMA fighter in his bio. He's never fought before. And now he's 0-1. He still has in his bio. Bro, you can't put MMA fighter if you've never fought. And if you have fought, you're 0-1. You probably should have put MMA fighter in your bio.
I mean, if you are like pro, you can put it, right? Probably.
Yeah.
Well, if you're
you
pro,
have
Do you
one-
put it?
I have it in mind now.
Oh, okay.
But I've also had like 20 fights.
Yeah.
As
you're a pro too.
and I'm a professional.
Yeah.
And
With
I've
the title.
Yeah.
I didn't put I was a fighter until I went pro. I had 15 fights as an amateur.
Yeah.
Went pro, had a couple fights. Then I was like, I could post it. I didn't post it after one fight. I think I had to have 2 fights as a pro before I could post professional fighter in my bio.
Right.
And I think it's so goofy when people put they're a fighter.
Yeah.
Or they change their name to Fighter Zevan,
Right.
before they ever fight. I'm like, bro.
It's kind of like if you're like putting like, oh, Yosuke BJJ or whatever, but I'm still white belt.
Yeah, come on now.
You can't do that.
It's so funny.
He was posting like George St. Pierre quotes and stuff on his Instagram account. It's like, chill.
Yeah, chill, bro. It's so funny.
Well, I mean, like, did you guys talk afterwards or what?
Oh, well, I went to talk to him just because I wasn't looking for him, but I ran into him. I was like, hey, what's up? And then he just kind of didn't talk. He just went and started talking to somebody else. I talked to his coaches. I'm like, oh, that's awesome, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, I don't think he cared to talk.
Oh.
Yeah.
But I was so proud, like, you, after you won, I mean, then, like, you, like, call Izzy into the cage, and then Izzy was so happy. She just ran into you, and then it was funny part. I think that's, like, I don't know, it was caught on the camera. But, like, Izzy was trying to, like, you guys are taking picture.
Yeah.
And then Matt Grice was right next to you. And then you were like, Izzy, come here. And then, like, take picture right next to you.
That's
I
funny.
thought that was, like, a good moment.
Yeah,
Good moment.
It was funny because like I talked to her before the dome. My dad might gesture you to come in the cage or whatever. I'm like, maybe if I don't really know. You know? And then at the end of my fight, I look through the door and I see her in the like alleyway go like jumping. And I see her, I'm like, get her. She wanted it so bad.
That was awesome. I bet she was so happy,
Yeah, she's freaking out.
Man, everybody was screaming. I think, did you get who was like a fight of the night? Were you fight of the night?
To a lot of people, I was.
That's it. It's Friday night to me, man.
But also, I didn't watch any of the other fights.
Yeah.
I don't really know. But no, I
I
didn't
watched
get extra pay
every
or
single
anything.
one of them. And I think you, in my head, no, you were
Yeah,
fight
I don't
of
know if
the
they
night.
had an official fight of the night,
No,
but
there wasn't, I don't think.
But you got money.
yeah, I should have.
Yeah.
You should tell them that.
No, I mean, we should just
Clip this.
Yeah,
part
we
right
clip
here.
it.
Yeah, I kept telling his girlfriend Izzy, I was
yeah.
like, "You're about to be really nervous." I said, "I know when you watch me fight, you're nervous, but you're about to be for real nervous when you're
Yeah.
about to stage."
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny.
Was that like your family was different because you guys both fighting? So before the fight or what?
Well, my family was really nervous for stage because they've seen me fight, they know how I fight, but Stage never fought,
Right.
and he's the baby of the family.
Yeah.
So they were super nervous, and
Yeah.
everyone kept asking me, they're like, "Man, I'm worried about Stage." I'm
Right.
like, "Dude, he's fine." Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, he's like, "I know, but he's a baby." I'm like, "Dude, he's the mean one."
Right.
I was like, we work security together, and I'm like, "Trust me, Stage is fine. He's not
Yeah.
gonna get beat up." Like, he fights. I've seen this dude choke out grown men in the bar. Like, he's fine. You don't gotta worry about him.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
the nice one.
Yeah, they were saying that like in the interview, like everybody was like doubting you or something. Was that the thing?
I mean, I don't remember saying that, but partially.
I don't remember what you did.
No, like, cause they're saying like, oh, like your brother is fighter or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
But like you're like a new one, and then nobody doubts stage now or something like that.
Yeah,
Kimberly
I
said.
remember.
So
Yeah.
was that it? Like everybody was like kind of like, stage can't fight.
I don't think there was necessarily.
But I mean, you did
as much
taekwondos and
doubt.
stuff too, though.
Our dad was super nervous for stage. What was he saying?
He
to
may
you?
have been the most doubtful.
Jeff?
No, I'm like, I can't. I was like, literally, I called Zevan after. I'm like, I can't talk to Dad about my fight. I'm like, this is driving me crazy.
I know.
He's like, you need, like, we're talking about my gloves.
Yeah.
And he's like, you need to make sure that you don't get like red or blue gloves because we don't want the refs getting your colors mixed up and accidentally giving your points to the other guy because you're gonna need every point you get, you know. And he's like,
That's so funny.
he's like, have you ever like been like punched and stuff? Like, have you ever been punched in the head? He's like, I think I'm just afraid that you're gonna get hit in the head and just look down and just start taking them. And you know, I have like an eye issue, and he's like, what are you gonna do if you get punched in the eye?
What if you get in the good eye?
What if you get hit in your good eye? I'm
Which
like,
one of
fucking,
your
I
good
don't know.
eye?
Yeah, I'll close it. Yeah, and he was just like talking a bunch of stuff like that. I'm like, I can't be around
Yeah,
you
I
right
was-
now.
I was like the only one that I was like, dude, stage is fine. Trust
Yeah.
me. Like I've seen him fight people at the gym.
Yeah.
He's fine. He's not
Yeah.
gonna have any problems getting punched in the face or
Yeah, I'm
or
good. I'm good at that.
cowering.
I'm good
Yeah.
at getting hit.
He's fine.
Yeah, even like a couple months ago when we went to a wrestling academy, whatever, like
Yeah.
we were sparring, I'm like, damn, stage got so much better. I was like, damn, he's punching me so much.
Yeah, stage has always had this ability. Like a lot of people don't really have it, and if you don't have it, it's really hard to get used to. There's some people that can get punched in the face. You know, well, some people get punched in the face and they start flinching. Stage is really good at getting punched, and his face will move, but he's always looking at you.
Yeah.
He'll boom, but get hit, and he's always looking at you. Bam. His
Yeah.
eyes never come off you. He's never cowering.
Yeah.
And Stage always had that ability.
Yeah.
So we just had to teach him skill so he doesn't sit there and pop, 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 pop. And now he knows how to defend himself, but he's always
that's
focused.
a talent.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think so.
And some people it's just natural, you know, that,
Yeah.
and he's has that naturally. And I was like, he's not going to cower.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, like one of my things is like I just have to not get knocked out because I don't keep my hands up very
Yeah.
well.
yeah,
So Jeff, I feel bad for Jeff though, like, cause like, you know, like they had a VIP area. Did
Yeah.
you hear about that stuff?
yeah, he had to go and sort
Yeah.
my team people that had tables and were getting mixed up, and he had to
Yeah.
get sorted out.
Man, I show up to the table. We
Yeah.
had no chair whatsoever.
There was no chairs.
Oh, it was your table that they were at.
Yeah, like so my table didn't have a chair, so I'm like, okay. I call Jeff and say, hey, we have no chair. And then like I asked people, and then like Jeff was asking people. We got the table, the chairs, right?
Yeah.
And then next to it, they had like probably like 8 chairs. And then like Aiden's mom was like freaking out and all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. I'm like, I don't know. I don't run this show, you know. And then I'm calling Jeff. I'm like, hey.
Yeah.
He's like, Jeff's like, I don't really care, bro. Stage is fighting. I'll take care of it. And then before your fight, he came up and then he took care of it. And I was like, I felt bad. I was like,
So-
sorry, Jeff.
So what's funny is, you know, we're talking about my dad being worried about stage. You know, my props to my dad because he's our manager.
Yeah.
And he covers everything.
Yeah.
Everything that happens ever leading up to the fight and at the fight, he does it all.
Yeah.
And so he's the one running tickets to everybody. He's the one talking to the promoters and getting the deal, getting all our stuff set up, getting everything ready. He brings all of our supplies and all of our mats backstage, and he, you know, just like with the table, he gets everything situated all night, and then he's got 2 of his sons fighting, and so
Yeah.
he's scared to death, and one
Yeah.
of them's never fought before. He's
Yeah.
the baby of the family, so
Yeah.
he's stressing out
Yeah.
and doing everything.
Yeah.
You know, so props to him for that.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
funny because, you know, he's
Yeah, I mean,
like
thanks-
stressed.
yeah.
It's like we're stressed, you know, so everybody's stressed, and it's just like
Yeah.
sometimes hard.
Yeah.
But it's funny. He does it all. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I try to help, but you know, Jeff is a man. You know, he was just. Okay, this is 9 chairs. Okay, we get one more table. I
Yeah.
mean, they were like screaming all that kind of stuff. I'm like, what's going on here? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm chill out.
and
you
he's
know?
getting all the people, like, he's helping set up stuff for the event. He's like
Yeah.
all the promoters and the cut man and my coaches. He's like getting them food and
Yeah.
keeping everybody happy all night.
Yeah.
And so it's funny.
Yeah.
He does it all.
I'm here like, hey Jeff, there's a long line. Can you let me in there?
Yeah, literally.
I feel bad.
Does it all. It's so funny. And I always say, yeah, the Hunts, we freaking run Rage in the Cage just about because Stage is the media team.
Yeah.
And, I fight for, I've had most of my fights for him. I fought for Rage probably more than anybody, And then my dad does all his stuff. And then I commentate sometimes. And I've been a ringer. Like, we've all done so much.
Yeah. So after that, you're fighting, right? Like, what do you think you're gonna?
I'm like, well, do you mean like my future of fighting or just after I fought at the event?
I guess like both.
Future of fighting, don't know just yet. Like I'm gonna keep training.
Yeah.
But I just told myself that I would fight at least once.
Yeah.
I did that, so now it's open. You know what I mean? But I'm not in a rush at all.
Yeah.
And it's like, and my aspirations aren't to be a professional fighter.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't have to fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like if you're fighting like that,
Yeah. But I might. We'll see. It was fun. I might want to go for the amateur title at some point.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Well, I'm like, if, he's got to train, he's got to be good at fighting because if I become famous, I can get another famous fighter and be like, oh, yeah, my brother would be your brother's ass, and then they can fight each other.
Like a Nate Diaz.
Yeah. That'd be funny.
That would be funny, yeah. So I gotta prepare for that at all times.
Yeah.
And plus, we still work security, so he's got to beat up people.
I still need to do that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be focusing my wrestling more.
Lamppost, right?
Yeah, Lamppost Lounge.
Yeah.
Now gonna be in Bricktown, OKC, Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Yes.
If you're going to Lamppost, they better behave.
They better be.
Yeah.
But so like what about you? Like that after this fight, like you say, like you're not happy and all that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, what's next for you?
Man, I feel like I'm close to being, on the Contender Series or getting that contract. Oh, I feel like I am. I just fought a dude that was on the Contender Series and won.
Yeah.
And so if that isn't Contender Series worthy,
Right.
I don't know what it is because just beat a dude that was on there. So maybe I should get a chance to be on there. So maybe one more fight, maybe my next fight, it's coming up, and I think that was a big win for me, even though I'm not happy with how I won.
Yeah.
It was still a very, very big victory for me nonetheless. And so I don't know what the future holds because I haven't been back to training. My fight was literally a week ago.
Yeah.
And I still have bruises on my face, and I've been just spending this week eating bad.
Yeah.
But I'm getting back to training this week.
Start eating better.
Yeah. I just needed a week to just pig out, not think about fighting because that's all I've done the past. Well, I would say 3 months, but I was supposed to fight even before that, and the fight got canceled. So I've been just freaking focusing on fighting for so long. I need a week.
Yeah.
Then I'll start making plans. I'll be making plans soon.
So you're gonna be still cheese?
Yeah.
Or cause you didn't smile much this fight?
Okay, I got one funny story from the fight. But yeah, I'm always a cheese. I'm always a super happy guy, and even training. Everybody knows me. I'm very goofy, not as goofy as Stage. I forgot to say, when he walked out for his fight, being so goofy, it's like, I really hope he wins, because if he doesn't, he's going to look real stupid.
I thought
those
that
a
too.
TikTok videos, you got an ass handed to him.
Yeah, I was like, I hope he fucking wins. But there was a moment in the fight, the third round, Donovan comes out and he reaches to do this to touch gloves. And I reach and touch gloves, and the glove stops it real quick because he had something on his glove hanging off. So he went to cut it. And so we started the round again, and I came out, and I was like, here we go again. And he's like, again. And we both smiled at each other and laughed, and we're like, ha, ha, ha. And we're like, all right, let's see what I find. They did back to serious. It was super funny. Yeah. And so he was, we didn't really get to talk to Donovan much, but he seemed like a really cool dude, though. He never said anything disrespectful. Just seemed just real professional.
Yeah.
It was like there was no anger, nothing. It was just professional. We both went in there, fought.
Yeah.
But it was a funny moment we had together. Like, here we go again. Yeah.
That's funny. So, is that UFC Contender Series? Do they reach out to them, or Jeff reach out to them, or they reach out to you?
I don't know specifically or anything, but I know people that do know, and so I'm gonna make it be their job.
Probably Jeff's job.
Well, I got like all our coaches, all those guys know how to do it.
Right.
Like they've all either been on the Contender Series or been in the UFC, and have a lot of buddies. So I have good people that can help me get there. Mm-hmm. But I'm worried about fighting and getting better. I'll leave that job to them. You know? I need their what's it called? Their blessing to do it.
Got you.
So
okay, you guys can go, whatever. So like, are you guys feeling good or no injuries or what?
Oh, I feel really good. There was a lot of hiccups leading into the fight, as there always is.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. I'm still suffering from those.
Me too.
What's wrong?
So exactly a week before the fight, we're wrestling with a bunch of people we know, and the mats are real wet and sweaty, and person goes to hip toss me, and he's like heavy, 190, I think is a fair guess, and he falls straight on my chest, and I could feel it pop from the front of my chest right up my sternum, behind my shoulder blade, and then my whole neck all the way down to my elbow.
Damn.
Like, it was a line. It would hurt so bad. And I remember tapping on the person. Like, he's just laying on me. I'm like, get off. and he gets off, and I just roll. I couldn't, post myself up. I just roll and then lay on the ground for a little bit. I'm like, I'm done. I'm done. I can't wrestle today. I'm like, I'm sitting down. And I just get up and sit down, and I'm just, feeling my arm, and I felt like I couldn't lift it up. Like, I almost was, tearing up on the drive home because it hurt so bad, because I would turn my steering wheel, and moving my arm over like that made my whole chest feel like it was just bulging out.
Damn.
And I was hurt real bad, and I didn't want to tell anyone that I was hurt. I felt like I even whispered it to Zevan. I'm just like, Zevan, my shoulder hurts real bad. I grab ice. I'm just holding it. I'm like, I'm good. I'm good. But really, I was in the car ride heading home, almost about to cry because it hurt so bad.
Damn.
And I still, I would say yesterday is the first day since I hurt myself 2 weeks ago that I've slept on my left side. I haven't been able to sleep on my side since.
He was worried. He's like, I want to know if it was Wednesday, so he hurt himself on the weekend, and the fight's this coming Saturday. And during Wednesday, he's like, hey, will you hold? I want to see if I can throw a jab. He didn't even know if he could throw a jab. That's how bad he was hurting.
Damn.
Yeah. I'm like, if I can't throw a jab, I have to call out today. It's what I was thinking. I'm like, I need to go and throw a jab to figure out if I could fight.
Were you able to?
I was able to, yeah.
Damn.
But
it was bad.
Yeah, it was actually really bad. And then after the fight, I didn't do anything. I didn't fall. Even when I fell on my butt. I didn't fall on my shoulder. So I didn't hurt my shoulder at all. But after the fight, my shoulder has been much worse. And my whole arm hurts really bad, but I don't even care. I'm like, the fight's over. I'm like, I'm allowed to be hurting now. I'm like, I feel so good right now. I'm like, I can't lift my arm up. Me and Zevan were doing stuff just yesterday, and I couldn't lift my arm up at the end of the day high. But I'm like, who cares?
I wonder if those are psychology stuff going on though, because you're so excited, you're pumped, right? And you're nervous. So you don't feel it.
Oh, day of the fight.
Yeah.
I didn't feel it at all.
Oh, yeah.
Day of the fight, I was perfect.
Yeah, because I remember my wrist was fucked before the fight or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the day I'm good, after the fight, I'm like, oh, can't move. I mean, it's probably what it is, right? It's just a mental.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's like.
Well, it's I didn't have a choice.
Yeah, it's you have adrenaline going through. You could really be hurt and just not feel it until after the fight.
Yeah.
There's some injuries that there's nothing you can do about it. But little things that are just if it's just pain stopping you, it's not that big a deal.
Yeah.
Unless there's something physically stopping you in your body.
Yeah. I mean, everybody going into the fight probably injured, right? What about you?
Yeah, I had a couple problems. Yeah, there's a joke we say if you're going into a fight 100%, you didn't train hard enough. You're gonna lose. This fight, at the beginning of the fight camp, I had 2 hip problems on opposite sides of my hip. I had one on my hip, one on my butt, and I couldn't throw kicks. I couldn't stretch. There was a lot of things I couldn't do, and it was really messing with me. And then my trainer Caleb gave me some rehab stuff to do and lifts, and we were working on it every week. And it just went away. A month out of the fight, I completely was fine. My hips were completely healed. I was like, wow, this is amazing. It feels great. But I hurt my wrist during my fight camp. I was wrestling and landed on my hand and posted really hard. And just really hurt my wrist. And I couldn't use it very well. And so every day of practice, because I was like, I'm not going to just not train. I got a fight coming up. My wrist is just going to be hurt. And so I wrapped it every single day of practice. I would literally have a wrist brace on, put wraps over it, and then put my glove on. And so I had 3 things holding it in there. And I would still be going, and it would be hard to do a lot of things. And
that was funny, because you came to Forge, and then competition class, you were wearing MMA gloves. Was that for that reason? Or just
Well, underneath the MMA gloves was 2 wraps. Also wore everything just so I get used to grappling with them.
Yeah.
But it was also to support my wrist.
Oh,
and I was
gotcha.
like, my wrist is injured, but I'm still gonna train. Like,
Right.
and then, yeah, it still hurts now. I actually, I kept hurting it during the fight camp, but I heard it just the other day. I rolled, and I was like, damn, it still hurts.
Was Caleb like coaching like strength or
Yeah,
just jiu-jitsu stuff?
Oh yeah, Caleb. He does all my. He's my personal trainer, so he does all my like training, my lifting schedule, my strength and conditioning, stuff like that, and gives me like things I should do. Cause I'm known for doing like really crazy cardio.
Yeah.
And he sets limits or things on it for certain days.
Okay.
So he'd be like, okay, Zevan, this week I just only want you to do this zone cardio. He's like, you do it as long as you want, but no going up here to the red zone before this. And he would
Gotcha. From the heart rate standpoint?
yeah, and he would create limitations certain days or give me things. It gives me lift schedules through the week. And, like, as I've never lifted, anybody knows me, I've never lifted before. Like, I've done lifts and stuff. I did some CrossFit workouts before, but I've never actually lifted more consistently than once every 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Right? And so
How often you lift now?
now I'm lifting 2 to 3 times a week.
Okay.
I'm doing his things, and it's nothing crazy.
Do you lift heavy?
Yeah,
Or-
it just depends what we're working.
Really?
Yeah, it just depends on the season or how close we're at the fight. But I've never lifted before, so this is like completely new, and
Yeah.
so it's really funny.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Do you lift?
No, I didn't lift at all. I like the most I lifted was like holding a 25-pound plate while doing some like exercises. like I did nothing. It was pretty much all cardio and just technique for me.
Yeah. I guess people doesn't have to lift to get strong for fighting, huh?
Yeah. I mean, I've always just really liked cardio and it seems to work, but
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's next for you guys? I guess like we already asked, but like any other than fighting?
oh man, I would like to do some more grappling competitions, because I really don't do that much. All my grappling competitions are MMA fights, so
Right.
I would like to start doing some more of those.
There's
and-
like a grappling industry or something like that in August. That's what I just heard.
Yeah.
Like a round robin of people. Like I heard like every like brown belts or black belts or for like you can compete for free,
yeah.
and then you just roll for.
Oh, that's
everybody.
cool.
Yeah,
That's cool.
So
Yeah, I
maybe
don't-
do that.
I'm not very up to date on competitions. 'Cause never really done them, but yeah, I'd like to do some more of those and still be training for MMA fight. That's probably gonna fight again fairly soon,
Yeah.
and I would like to do those just for practice.
Like what, this year or like?
Yeah, this year I'll be fighting before this year's over for sure.
Cool. Is that going to be different state or?
We'll see. I would like it. I'm ready to move on and get to the UFC. So
Yeah.
whatever it takes.
Man, what about you?
I mean, for fighting related, I'm gonna keep doing probably more like jujitsu, just general self-defense, not training for competition or anything.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna be focused probably on doing more YouTube videos again and whatnot. Now that I got that out of the way, the fight out of the way, everything seems easy now. So, like I mowed my lawn the other day. That was crazy.
Why is that crazy?
What? Because I was like, it was nothing.
Dude, I was so lost yesterday. Saturday, a week from my fight. It was the first weekend I've had to myself.
Yeah.
I didn't know what to do. I was at the house just so confused. I was like, I don't know what to do. I'm just like sitting here and I'm like so confused. I've never had free time. I've had free time in like so long. And so I was like, dang, it sucks. But I've been able to just kind of do things because I've been putting my friends off, man. It sucks when you're in fight camp. You just you gotta say no to everything you get invited to.
Right.
And like I feel like I'm a bad friend, I'm like, sorry, man, I'm in fight camp. I have to say no. I can't go to the swimming pool with you because I don't want to get sunburned and not be able to train.
Yeah.
It was like that,
Yeah.
and like I'm too tired. I've been training all day. I don't know where to hang out. But now that fight's over, I've been hunting a couple times. I've been fishing, playing video games, eating bad, just doing everything I
You
couldn't
can
do
get
before.
sunburned.
I even got sunburned.
I even got sunburned.
Yeah, when I mowed my lawn the other day, I had my shirt off, no sunscreen, because I didn't care. I wasn't afraid of what the future had for me.
That's funny. I didn't think of that.
Dude.
I remember like whenever I was like running outside, shirt off, and you were like telling me, so you can't do that. I was like, Oh, it's fine. I'm Asian. I don't get sunburned.
It's so funny.
Yeah.
It's the things you take for granted.
Yeah.
It's like when you're in fight camp and you're running, it
Yeah.
sucks.
Yeah.
But like I could go for a run right now, dude, and just enjoy it.
Nah.
It'd be like, oh my God, I'm just running for fun. I don't have to do it. Fight camp, you're like, have to run hard, have to run for this long.
Yeah.
It sucks. I can't do anything I want to leisurely. Now fight camp's over, I'm like, I could go run, get some pizza, and
Yeah.
I don't care.
So that the first food after the weight cut was pizza?
First thing I ingested was
Oreo
a
frappe.
caramel frappe from McDonald's.
I had Oreo.
He had Oreo.
First thing I ate.
After that, it was a blur. It was a lot of things.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember.
I tell you, I had Oreos for breakfast this morning.
How much you weigh now?
I literally weigh 20 pounds more now since
I had-
fight. So I was 155. I weighed myself this morning. I am 175 on the dot.
Damn.
I had stuffed crust pizza for breakfast this morning. I've been picking it out so bad.
Yeah, I'm actually sick of it now. I almost like vomited.
Yeah, I'm ready to get healthy again.
Because I ate an entire funnel cake, and I'm like, I can't keep doing this. I'm like, this is gonna be over for me.
I fought at 170 and I'm 187 right now.
Okay.
I've gained 17 pounds.
Damn.
Next day just gained 20.
I'm getting
Damn.
20, literally on the dot. I was 175 on the dot this morning.
Right. Well, question is, when is Chase gonna fight, huh?
He's gonna fight 3 times this year.
Yeah, December is gonna be rough for him.
Yeah, he's gonna have a bad end of this year because he's got to fight 3 times this year. Yeah, and last year.
So how people watching? How can people support you? Are you gonna sell that shirt?
My
online?
OnlyFans.
Yeah, I have a couple new shirt designs I'm about to start selling. I'm about to get more. I don't have a website to sell them from just yet.
Okay.
But as of right now, you can just message me and
Yeah.
I'll drive to your house with the shirt. But yeah, otherwise, I'm looking for sponsors, which is a big deal. Like I want to train full time and get to the UFC, and I need sponsors to help me. Like right now, I'm working I'm coaching at the gym, and I pretty much never leave the gym. I'm always there, always doing something, and it's rough. It's rough trying to live and fight at the same time. So.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. What about you?
You can support me by going to my OnlyFans, onlyfans.com/users/stagehunt. I'm in the top 0.01%. I'm having a TKO special sale, 50% off. So that means it's down to 50 cents. Get it now, monthly subscription.
See, I don't even get it. Like the monthly subscription, he doesn't post that much. I literally just buy it once, I screenshot everything, and then in 5 months, I buy it again.
Yeah.
There's no need to buy every month for 2 posts. I can just wait for it to build up and then screenshot it all from there.
That's why most people go for my highest selling special, 75% off, $5. You get my yearly subscription, and you could just wait a year and do that.
Yeah, that's
every
fair.
time.
Do you really have OnlyFans?
Yes.
All right. Anything else to shout out?
Yeah, follow me on Instagram. It's just my name, Zevan Hunt, and Stage Hunt. You can just follow us there. That's pretty much it. You can watch my YouTube videos on Cubic Tactical, which you can find the link on my Instagram page.
Nice.
And then my YouTube channel is Fetid, Fetid, and it was on my fight shorts. I had the logo on the fight shorts, and it's also in my Instagram bio.
Why is that fitted? Fitted?
Yeah, Fetid, Fetid. It means to smell bad. And it means, I think the exact definition is to smell extremely unpleasant. And that word, it meant a lot to me.
Yeah.
Because I smell bad.
People ask me if I'm called the cheese because I smell bad. And I'm like, well,
Because he doesn't shower.
Well, I mean,
Because you guys can't smell,
it's got
right?
different meanings.
No,
Yeah.
barely.
Yeah, I have a horrible sense of smell. Sometimes I can smell, sometimes I can't. It just,
Yeah.
I wake up every morning, find clothes, and I have to find someone in my house. Be like, does this smell bad? like really?
I've done that a bunch. I'm like, does this gi smell bad?
Yeah.
I'm like, nope, cool. I'll wear it.
Well, you guys gotta have to wash it, man. It's just ringworm or whatever.
Bro,
Ain't even real.
like when people talk about ringworm and staph, I'm like, psh.
Have you got one?
Dude, I wrestled in high school. I've had staph and ringworm a million times. I went to a state tournament in high school and wrestled this dude that just scratched the hide of me with his fingernails.
Yeah.
And those wrestling mats are literally everyone competes on them all day and they're not cleaned.
Yeah.
And this guy fingernail scratched me, and I had staph in like 5 spots. It was so bad.
Damn.
And just because he fingernail scratched me, everywhere he fingernail scratched me, I got staph.
Damn.
Which is like, first of all, cut your damn nails.
Yeah.
You know, so it was horrible. And I always make jokes. I'm like, yeah, I've had them all.
Yeah.
I haven't actually had staph or ringworm in a long time.
Man, what do you think about those girls come to jiu-jitsu class with that nails?
Dude, cut your damn nails. There's a couple guys I know.
Yeah.
I don't want to call anybody out by name, like Abraham Benjamin. I don't want to call him out by name. But dude has long nails. He doesn't scratch me most of the time, so it's good. But it's like, bro, cut your nails. He's like, I don't know.
I think they can't just have those nails. I think it just, I was just like kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, anyways, thank you guys for coming. Then I guess this is Be Frank Podcast episode, whatever. And I think I'm gonna start doing podcasts more often, maybe twice a month or so, to post it. So if you guys like it, follow him on whatever they said. I'm gonna put the link in the description, and then Stagey, if you want to edit, because whatever.
Yeah.
But see you guys hopefully next Friday.
Whoa,
Peace.
what is that? That's the coolest thing I've ever seen.
That's my dog, Sandy.